Hello and welcome to Crypto News. It's January 13th, 2026, and here are the top crypto news stories. We'll start today's episode with a Senate crypto market structure bill, which has unfortunately been postponed until the end of January. We're talking about FIT 21, which is one of the key bills we're waiting for the US to pass. Along with that, we're obviously waiting for the CLARITY bill, which Mr. Charles says we probably won't see. Let's say that Cardano founder, Mr. Charles Hoskinson, in an interview stated that he doubts that the crypto market clarity bill, Clarity, will be passed this quarter. He also called on the president's crypto advisor, Mr. David, to resign because he failed to convince him to vote for it. What Mr. Charles fears is that if the Democrats regain control of the House of Representatives in the November midterm elections, Clarity will have a much smaller chance of passing. Therefore, it needs to pass as soon as possible. Otherwise, things will be much more difficult if the midterm elections do not go well for Trump. Moving on to the US, we will also turn to the former mayor of New York who introduced us to the New York currency. Mr. Eric, the former mayor of New York, recently approved a cryptocurrency called NYC Token. As the project stated, it will combat anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism using the income generated by the token, while at the same time teaching children how to adopt blockchain technology. This is what he said at the press conference. And let me tell you that the coin has not yet been released, so everything you see is a lie. Moving on to our countries, we will go to South Korea, which is finally allowing businesses to enter cryptocurrencies. South Korea's Financial Services Commission is reportedly telling its regulators to allow companies to invest in digital assets after a 9-year ban. Inbound companies and professional investors will be able to invest up to 5% of their capital in cryptocurrencies. The final guidelines are expected to arrive in late January or February. Moving on from our countries, we'll also look at our ETPs, which last week saw $454 million in outflows, with the biggest outflows coming from Bitcoin at $404 million and Ethereum at $116 million. Despite the ETFs, some are not making any headway, like Strategy, which bought $1.2 billion in Bitcoin and bought 13,600 BTC. While behind it, Bitmine is also buying and selling Ethereum worth $76 million. And while all this is happening, let's move on to our coins and go to Mr. Trump's World Liberty Finance, which is bringing in $3.4 billion worth of stablecoins. To be a little more specific, they've created a new product called World Liberty Market, which launched on Monday and allows users to borrow and lend digital assets, according to reports from Bloomberg. The platform is based on $1. Apparently, World Liberty Finance's stablecoin, which is backed by the US dollar, along with the token for the World Liberty Finance government. So, a new product for Mr. Trump's DeFi. And for the last part of our day, we're going to talk about TON, which is expanding more into artificial intelligence. And more specifically, Alpha TON Capital Corp has signed a $46 million contract to develop a computing infrastructure to expand its chip fleet as it aims to develop the central AI network called CACOON, which is based on Telegram. And this is not the first time we've talked about this. So thanks to this deal, we're going to see 576 NVIDIA P300 chips coming into TON. This particular network, KCOON, is essentially a central AI computing platform developed by Telegram and is based on the TON blockchain, which is the core of Alpha TON's business model as a digital asset wallet. So Telegram is expanding more into artificial intelligence. Continuing with our favorite cryptocurrency market, we'll see Bitcoin at $91,000. Ethereum could reach $40,000 by 2030, according to Standard Chartered. And the biggest reason for that is the US Clarity Act, which we saw at the beginning of the episode. Because this law will bring clarity to the crypto market and give clarity and explanation to DeFi, DEX, and so on, most of which are Ethereum owned. So Standard Chartered says that when this law comes out, it will benefit Ethereum a lot because it will open the doors for a lot of institutional investors to come in now that the market is legislated. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, January 13th, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.